Okay, so Beans ended with this while we figured it out. His last statement was, "It's in a bad place."
Right now, hell yeah. We
Do you
need more
think?
people like me running it.
Damn.
Yeah,
So
I put it in that bad place though. I put it there. That was me. I put it in that bad place because we're around
which
this
one?
platform.
His internet's messing up. Yeah.
This whole space. It's in that space
You're breaking
because
up.
these
Breaking
men.
up.
Taz, your internet. Try.
Y'all can't hear me. You can't hear
Yeah, we
me.
can now. It's spotty, but yeah, we can hear you now.
It's chopping.
I was gonna say I'll go back out and come back in if you can't hear me. It's cool.
We can hear you. Just chopping though.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
All right, let me
Yeah,
I don't know why. Let me go and come back in. Let me come
Yeah, try coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to think about it, right? If is there was I was saying about MAGA, right? If you call something, right? And it's like, okay, that's the name of that. Okay, now I have an expectation based on what you call it, right? But then now I have to also watch how you move, watch what you do, watch what you say. And when that is the opposite of what you call it, then I'm not gonna look at it like this because you named it that. No, I'm gonna look at how you talking, how you acting, this and that. So as the Manosphere, one of my biggest issues with the Manosphere when I first came around was how you gonna have the women on the panel, right? Or just talk about the women in general and tell them, hey, listen, this single motherhood is causing this kind of problem with our boys and affecting, and our men are growing up and being like this. Then when you have the men around who are the representation of the dysfunction that you just talked about and tried to shame women for creating, then you try to shame the man for being the creation. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You can't shame me for being the thing that you already acknowledged I didn't have a choice but to be based on my upbringing, right? So that's my thing. It's too much hypocrisy. It's too much about clout and money and all that goofy shit. I think that did more harm to it than the women did, even though the women did do harm. I'm not gonna stop.
You on mute, Hamp.
Yeah, the women thing always interests me, right? Because when This Might Be Risky first started, there was always a co-ed panel, right? And it doesn't make it's more intriguing, right?
But you knew them though, right?
Say again.
But you knew them though. You had relationships with them, right?
Yes, I knew
They
them.
weren't strangers. That's the difference. It's a very different ball game when you dropping a link, open panel, or inviting people, and everybody pulling up and having these conversations, and they don't know you to respect you or value you like that. It tends to go left.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other dynamic. Yeah, Taz, we get you.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, this is what I heard in the chat. And this is what I can't, it's just hard for me to listen to this. Okay. The reason why there's a BWE and talked about, for example, Cynthia talked about, unalive black boys, this and that. Let's talk about why that happened. These men were on here. What you looking for? Fantastic. Do I need to put more clips? Oh my God.
Hold on. It's not terrible. It just
see if
can you hear me now?
No. It's the same.
The camera.
We can hear you. We can hear you. It's not the camera. It's like the connection has a bit of a lag.
Like it's inconsistent. Like it's there's cuts in the connection, but we can hear you.
Oh, that's terrible. I got a debate tonight. I can't afford
it. No, but we can hear. No. Yeah, we can hear you. So the last part you talking about,
and I telling them at the same time, we convoluting. It ain't. We good. Go ahead, Tad. Go ahead. We're just listening.
So a lot of this conversation, it became negative because you had men sitting on here saying, we don't have to take care of our kids. None of you women can't tell us what to do. We don't have to take care of our kids. We tired of the child support system, burn down the community. Stop having babies with black women. In fact, we're going to replace black women with white women and any other group of women that have black babies with them. These were things happening on the Sunday Rumble when I all these niggas and people like Fantastic would come up and run interference because these men repeatedly embarrass themselves by telling these women they don't want them. They said stop having kids by black women. They blame everything on black women. So when a black woman said, okay, since everything is our fault, since every child being raised is at our feet and we made all these mistakes, everything's on us, stop having babies by them then. Since everything is our fault, since we can't get it right, since we so doomed to be single mothers, how about just stop having babies with them niggas? That's how the conversation started.
But Taz, were those conversations in response to something?
Yes, they were in response to people like Angry Man, O'Shea,
No.
Fantastic, and many others.
No, not the women, the men. Not the women, the men. I'm saying the conversations that the men were having, were they in response to something?
No, they don't get that argument because they was running around talking about their leaders. They run the space. Their voice is this, their voice is that. The problem is their voice was that, but the words that were coming out of there, they couldn't stand on them. Again, blaming black women, pointing at black kids, saying burn down my community, saying that the kids don't need to be having black parents because you can have a white woman have a black kid. Yes, fam, these are responses to that. They led the conversation. We responded. We won and made them cry. That's why you're still crying now. 5 years later, y'all still crying.
Okay, but so Taz, this is what I need you to do though, because I'm gonna be honest, this ain't making sense, right? Are you saying that men just showed up to the internet talking shit about black women and black kids and burning down communities for no reason at all?
That one did. That one did. What we talking about?
That one did what? What did I do?
What did I do? To the Manosphere looking for a spot amongst that group talking about black men and women no reason at all.
Well, I wasn't looking for a spot or anything. I came here just stating my opinion as a grown-ass man. Look, bro, you can't hit me with none of this shit, and you know this, okay? I was fucking established.
I can remind you. Do you remember Jason Pope? You remember Jason Pope? Remember that?
Yeah, I did a story on that. The white man that black women, that black mothers were giving their daughters off to and prostituting their daughters for fucking concert tickets. Yes, that will prove it. Hold on. Hold on. No, don't say no. Hold on, don't say no. Wait. So see, this is the problem between me and you. I state the facts. The Jason Pope situation, to where this man allegedly, but it hasn't been confirmed to have AIDS or HIV, right? That was running all through, I think it was North Carolina, South Carolina. That was a fucking club promoter. And black women were having sex with this man, okay, for motherfucking access to fucking ghetto ass club concerts. And it's been confirmed by one of the actual underage victims that the mother gave her to that white man for fucking concert tickets. See, that's what the Black Manosphere did. We gave the full context.
He had 700 underage victims.
And hold on. And so what does that say? So hold on. So
what did you say about the underage victims? Do I need to pull the video? Make sure you clear. What did you say?
What did I say? I don't know. What did I say?
Yeah,
what did I say?
You said boys can't do that to young ladies. You said that's not the R word. Do I need to pull it? Do I need to pull it?
What?
You what do you mean, boys? It's not the R word. You said what Jason Pope did was not the R word. And instead of coming for the white boy for messing with kids, you and the rest of the Manosphere blamed black women for a predator.
I said, I literally did. I just gave you the reason why I would blame. I gave you the reason why I would blame. When I said that wasn't the R word, hold on, you definitely tripping. Right. So no, I know what you're talking about. Oh no,
you
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so you missing conversations. So no, what you missing? You missing conversations. Yes, you are, and I know exactly what you're talking about. So as I had to do here before, so on and so forth, I had to explain to fucking dumbass niggas what the age of consent is. Okay, most people don't even know that the age of consent is in the majority of states is motherfucking not 18. So I've never said that Jason Pope dealing with girls was. You pull that up, pull that clip, please, pull it.
Right. What you said was underage boys and underage girls cannot R-word each other. It's not the R-word is what you said. You said
that's what I said. Yeah, I did say that, and that's accurate. So for legal standpoint, wait. No.
I'm not done with the statement. I'm not done.
Go ahead.
Further say, because you said this about the Jason Pope situation. The problem is, again, the man took advantage of babies. So instead of dealing with the fact that even now he's locked up for being a predator, for messing with babies, you took that conversation and made it about anything other than this white man taking advantage of those young girls. Because of that, right? So let's move forward. Because of that reason.
No, because I got to clear what you tried to put out here. So what I was saying in the process about young girls and young boys can't R-word each other is I was saying that both of them are culpable. What I'm saying is from a statutory standpoint, both of them would be fucking guilty of statutory because people underage that they cannot consent are not supposed to be having sex at all. Don't do that, bro. And this is why me. Hold on. This is why me and you had to falling out. Hold on, bro. Let me speak. And this
you were wrong.
This the big. Hold on, bro. This is the big part. This is the big part of why I had a major falling out with y'all because, bro, I don't got no fucking criminal record at all. None. Zero. I ain't never been motherfucking convicted of shit. Any charges I had ever been dropped. And you niggas start playing around with that shit, calling any and every man that would simply state legal facts and want to put that P word on niggas when y'all was actually cool with P words. Now, if you really want to go there, all right, you know it's going to get real ugly. You know it's going to get extremely ugly.
I dare you. I dare you.
So DJ.
No, please. I'm going to pop my car. I dare you. I dare you tonight. I dare you.
No,
I dare you.
Because now, if I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying to understand what happened, what these BW in the Black Manosphere, right? If it's just about y'all two, then we could just continue the conversation.
No, I left it alone.
I made him leave it alone.
So DJ Hamp, I got about 15 minutes.
Hold on one second. I don't know if y'all ever been here before, right? But there's a certain way I like to conduct things. One thing, we say good morning to each other first and foremost.
Good morning.
Right? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm trying to get understanding about, you know what I mean, the history of these things. And what Taz was bringing up initially was what I was asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what were the egregious things that were being said and et cetera, right? Because, Taz, to that point, the biggest thing is the whole killing black male babies, right? So I'm trying to see, like, is there any? Well, I'm saying that's like the biggest thing we hear from, like the most egregious thing I've ever heard, and that's why I was asking what was egregious on the other side. So that's why when you give in the history, that's why I'm listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
Like I had the audio of these being.
I'm saying that's what
we're trying to find. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out
because they are too noisy now, right? So now if anybody start talking while I'm talking, now everybody think they could do it. All right, it's getting too noisy now, you know. So that's why I was listening to what Taz was introducing, because those are the potentially egregious things that don't make a lot of sense, right? Like Mr. Fantastic, when I was hearing Taz, it's like we focus on an issue, right? The less important part of the main issue. That cracker raping those little girls. I'm gonna beat that shit into the fucking ground before I start talking about the other potential problems in that situation. So when I heard him saying that, that's what I took from that essentially.
Yeah, cool. So let me again, Hamp.
My bad, Mr. Fantastic. Kosher only got a few minutes.
Let him go ahead. Yeah,
I just wanted to acknowledge what Taz was saying, because that's the substantive part.
Yeah, but it's improper framing. But like I said, I'll address it after Kosher clinician is done.
And I apologize if I was rude to anybody. I just don't want us to get so far going we can't have a conversation.
Right. So it's a pleasure to speak to you, DJ Ham, Mr. Fantastic, all the guys on the panel, Beans, and all the guys, man. If you can keep me up to breast of what's going on, I like to get my input to what's going on and try to get some normalcy to any perceptions or any biases associated with the manosphere, because I'm a licensed clinical therapist out of North Carolina, man. You know, I know some boys from your stomping ground at ESCU, man. Some of my boys played at ESCU. And you probably know some of them, but I'm gonna keep that incognito.
No doubt.
But yeah, some of my boys, Northeast North Carolina, man, we played at ESCU, some of them. But anyway, Give me the essence of what's going on, man. Because there's a lot of go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I'll be quick. 'Cause I know you got a little bit of time. So essentially, I was assessing this trope, like talk long enough until you become the villain, right?
Yes, sir.
And I assessed the Crips, right? The inception, at least what they show us on the internet, to what it is today.
Right.
Adrian Broner, right? How he was talking, you know, how he talked this shit, right? Now nobody cares about his downfall, right?
Right.
Because he's a villain. And then I'm looking at BWE, the acronym is positive, right? The Black Manosphere, from what they told me in the inception, is supposed to be positive, black men building themselves up.
Yes, sir.
And now seemingly all of this stuff, I'll use a strong word, is like demonized now.
Yes, sir. Right.
Now it's all back and forth, tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? And it's like these things should be uplifting, but now it's like the bottom of the barrel shit now.
Right. So the false premise is that the manosphere is this one big conglomerate, and that's not true. Manospherians are from different backgrounds, different worldviews. One of the premises of my channel is that whereas men, we don't agree on all things or ideologies, but we come together as allies of a common cause, only to dissipate when the crisis is over. Black men did create the crisis in America. White liberalism, black women drinking the Kool-Aid created the crisis. And now, because of the state of the world that we're in, everybody tend to assume and associate false narratives associated with, loose black men that were invisible to those same women in the past. And so now the premise is, I don't know if you heard about this homosexual guy denigrating black men and saying black men are the part of the problem. And really that's a cognitive distortion in the clinical, because it's all predicated in something called overgeneralization. You take a small sample size of black men that are complicit in the problems in the black community, and you falsely equivocate all black men with those issues. And that's a false assumption, because most black men are not complicit in that nonsense. Black men didn't create the manosphere. Liberal dogmas created the manosphere, and black men began to come together trying to find answers and solutions. Now look at it on the bell curve. On the average, most black men are centrists, meaning they're right in the center. They're average. It's decent black dudes. Do you have some outliers at extreme? Sure. That's a small percentage. But then you got those that excel. But, you've got Manosphere 1, Manosphere 2, Manosphere 3, Manosphere 4. But we're like denominations. It's no different than the Crips and the Bloods that we were talking about a minute ago. The Crips and the Bloods are black, but they're not from the same conscious tribe. So people always make these false assumptions just because your skin color is black, then your consciousness is of one thing. I don't associate with some of these dusty Negroes. I don't deal with them because their consciousness is not black. I don't agree with them because I believe that you can't have a black community unless black men are leading their communities. But when you got a generation of women who conspire with liberal white women, they conspire with maladaptive policies. We're in the situation that we're in now because of that. And when things happen, you have these people that have this pro-black ideology. I call it static blackness. And the presumption is that just because your skin color is black, your consciousness got to be black. But here's the problem with that, DJ Hamp. Black people were never one in Africa. We didn't come from the same tribes in Africa. It was tribalism that made us one. We had to become one because of the struggle, but we were never one in consciousness, in religion, and in tribal affiliation. So what you're seeing now is a bunch of folks that assume just because your skin color is black, you got to associate with them. I don't associate with black folks if their consciousness is not about pro-black man, black men being the leaders of their family, and black women following and honoring and respecting their men. There can't be a revolution to black women honor and respect their black men. Now, once again, is there a portion of dusty black men that are going about causing chaos in the black community? Sure. But we can't take a small sample size and falsely equivocate all black men as being complicit in this nonsense. Like I said, just like this gay guy now going around saying black men are the part of the problem. And a lot of that is fatherhood, daddy issues, and projection of pain. And they falsely associate all black men with those issues. And I got a problem with that. My mission is to tell black men to get what's best for you. You get with the best women that are going to follow your program. You get with the best women that's going to respect you as a man. But you got a generation of men that have been raised to think like women. And in the clinical world, DJ Hamp, we call that introjection. That's an ego defense mechanism. That ego defense mechanism says that I cannot see anything out the approval of women because they've never seen or heard things based on masculine identity and masculine authority. And it's prevalent in the black community. Also, from a clinical, we call that adultification. Adultification is what causes son husbandry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So there's a decent amount of points. I have an issue with that last thing. We go back and forth about that quite often.
Yes, sir,
Men
right.
operating at a deficit mindset. I cannot stand that.
Right.
I still fight the trope today that women control access to sex. I just haven't seen it, right? Maybe anecdotally. So maybe I just, in terms of everybody how you say just a couple different tropes, right? But one thing you said is there's a subset of men that are the representation, right? There's a cohort of degeneracy by a nominal amount of black men if you just look at like the crimes and arrest records and
Yes,
stuff.
sir. Right.
But wouldn't that be the same thing said about the women? It's a subset, it's a cohort that is propagandized to be the face of black women.
Right. That's an excellent question. Well, let me challenge you in a good way. If 92% of black women vote for policies that are antithetical to black excellence, then I would say that's a larger sample size. Now, let's say if they're not necessarily 100% complicit in the debauchery, they still overrepresent policies that are detriment to black excellence. Now,
so you're going voting patterns is a
right. And so let's say if 40%, let's say 20% of black men are complicit in this nonsense, I would argue that you got at least 50 to 60% of black women complicit in the same nonsense. From the people talk about femicide, this has been the whole premise. They got a small sample size of black.
Yeah, that was me. I brought that topic. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so people talk about femicide, and so they were trying to make this false analogy that a large conglomerate of black men are complicit in destroying women. That's a false narrative. Most black men are good men, hardworking men, solid dudes. Are there fringe lunatics? Yes. But then if we want to make that argument, then we can say that a large percentage of our own quote-unquote women are complicit in the fantasy. Because I promise you, if you look at the stats on the fantasy among black women is a whole lot higher than the stats of femicide of black men contributing to homicides against black women. I promise you those stats are higher.
Quick question. How many, what's the raw number? And then Beans and Taz, Taz probably maybe want to reply to some things, and Beans sounded like he had a question. I just wanted to ask this, right?
I got about 7 minutes, but go ahead.
I'll be quick. You just have to be quicker than me. That's all. So you can get their reply. Now, one thing we've been breaking down stats a lot more in depthly, right? So when you mentioned 92% of black women voted, how many black women is that though? That I don't think that equates to 20 million, 24 million, or whatever the number is. You see? So that number is that actually. That's just the people who voted. That doesn't
Right. But if you okay, that's an excellent point. Okay. But my point is, if 92% overrepresent in voting for policies that are
Nyla, sorry. I think you have an echo.
Yes, you got an echo.
Yeah, if 92% vote for policies that are antithetical to what we believed years ago, because they've been co-opted or psyopted by white liberal dogma, then that's a problem. That's an excellent point, because out of that 90%, 92%, let's say out of 10 million, only 5 million voted, and they represented 92%. I can see that. But my point is that's still an overrepresentation. That's a very large overrepresentation. Even though black men did, 86% did vote Democrat as well. But I don't care about either parties. I think both parties are trash in my opinion. But overall, the things that people vote for now, and they say to black people, how can there be black excellence when we don't ask the black man what he wants? If I had to write a book, I would write a book called Black Love Without Consent. Because for the last couple of years, we have not asked black people.
Real quick though.
Right.
Did you shitting on both parties and then 80% to 92%, did you render the voting pattern point moot?
What do you mean that render?
Well, because one, we don't know how many women it is, maybe 5 minutes.
Right.
And then furthermore, you disagree with either party. And then after that, 86% of black men voted Democrat as well. So I would assume that they have the same perverse ideology as the women if they voted for Democrats also. So that would render that point about framing the women in a negative light based on their voting patterns moot.
That's a good, well, yes and no. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. And then Beans got a question for you, and then Taz wanted to respond to stuff. I know you only got 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got a few minutes. Yes and no. Listen, we all understand that black men have been conditioned to see things.
I'll be right back. I'm listening. I'll be right back.
Yeah, black men have been conditioned to see things through the lens of what I call gynocratic thought. And even those percentages of black men that did vote, that were 80%, 86% in the Democratic Party, I would still argue in perception that some of those men still have more traditional values and more traditional worldviews that are consistent with black families than the larger conglomerate of women that voted those same paths. That's what I would argue. They might not be 100% in, but I still will argue those 86% still tend to be more traditional. You can vote liberal, but still have traditional some traditional values associated with that as well, in my opinion.
But traditional in what way, right? If they're not getting married, right? If they aren't purchasing homes and building these families and all this and that, what ways are they traditional?
Right. So you could be traditional philosophically, but conditions sometimes forbade you from actually operationalizing that. And so I think a lot of black men will want to get married or desire to get married. But what are they marrying? You're not marrying a generation of women that have been conditioned to honor and respect them as men. I see it all the time in my practice, white men and black men. And so what I'm saying is that the core and the essence of my opinion is that black men are traditional. But see, here's the problem, Beans. We keep asking black men to be traditional, but modern women
Just doing married
the
can't
option.
even get married at
Modern
30%.
women, let me finish, man.
Like I'm saying,
And
though, but when you go past the mic, bro,
listen. Don't overtalk me. Let me finish. If you want to talk, I'll let you
I
talk.
definitely will, but I don't respect you. I don't respect you, bro.
I could care less about you respecting me.
I
I don't need you to
bro.
qualify. It's okay, DJ. I don't need this. I don't even know this dude. I don't need him to qualify. I don't need this man to qualify me. He's a nobody to me. But go ahead.
No, yeah, understood. I just want to make sure that Beans get an answer. I heard what
yes,
you
sir. Right. Right.
And I definitely like the conversation. I want to make sure Beans, you guys get yours, and then you only got limited time. So Taz,
I got about 2 minutes. I got time. Go ahead, brother. Yes, sir.
That's why.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just because I just want to say it so you can hear it. I don't necessarily completely. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't understand the point that you're making, right?
Yes, sir. Right.
But I think it just at this point, I think it's not something that we can argue when we look at the divorce rates. We have the highest. And I just think at this point we can't argue traditionalism. That can't be our defense. We gotta find something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we don't have anything, but I'm just saying I just don't think that's one of the things that we could argue. But I do agree with you on the perception of women maybe being a bigger detriment as it pertains to our ideologies to the community, right? Because I think we as men do still want to practice a little bit more collectivism, if you will, right? But not necessarily in a traditional fashion. I think just to keep it real blunt, niggas don't know how to keep their dicks in their pants. And they don't, bro. Like y'all always want to argue this, but then when I pull up numbers, it gets real. Like people hate it.
We
right?
can still have that convo. I just want to make sure that Taz be able to respond to culture as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I got about 3 minutes. My client's literally waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah, so here's the problem with someone like him who's up here pretending to be intelligent. When he speaks of
hold on. Now you see this, and that's the problem. Some old dusty Negro that's a pro-whack. You don't have my credentials, jackass. You are nobody to me. All right. So first of all, what you're saying is a fuck. You know what? I don't talk to dusty Negroes like that, DJ Hamp. I talk to intellectuals like you. I talk to intellectuals like you, Mr. Fantastic and Beans. So I'm gonna have to drop off because this slow temp jackass is the reason why the black community is messed up. He's slow. He's raised by his mammy. He's slow and raised by his mammy. You're the reason why.
Yo, if it's not gonna be productive, it's not worth it to me. This shit don't matter to me that much, right? Like it's not that valuable, right? I'm trying to get the understanding.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I apologize, DJ Ham. I'm gonna get off out of respect to you. And no, I gotta go, man. I'm apologizing in respect to you. What we'll do, if you want me to, you and I will do another conversation with intellectual brothers that don't have a low IQ, then I'll do it, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right. Go ahead,
get his bitch ass out of here so I can make